Welcome back, guys. It's been a minute, hasn't it? It has been a while. I just wanted to do a video explaining on some of the stuff I'm going to be doing on the brown Corolla. As you can see, we've got a pretty packed house at the moment with cars and customers' cars coming in. We are going to be getting on to making custom rear wheels. So these are currently 14 by 8, and what we're going to be doing is making them 14 by 8.5, 9.5, sorry. So we're going to be stretching the tyre a lot more to clearance the arch. Now, it's something that's been in the back of my mind for a while, and we managed to do it. Managed to get some dishes from Pine Engineering in New Zealand. Great customer service, and the dishes were absolutely brilliant condition, and just so well made, so I'm well chuffed with them. We're going to go and get them polished, which I'll show you a video of them being picked up, and yeah, then we're going to start building these up. But first things first, we're going to take the wheels off the car now, and strip the tyres off them, and then we're going to take the bolts out of them, and then we're going to put them back on the car, and we're going to trim them on the car. So it's to show you a little process of how these wheels have been put together. They're bolted together from factory and then welded, and they're basically welded with, like, on a machine MIG welder. We're not going to be doing it that way. We're going to be doing it with TIG welder, as it's what I've got, and we can make it work. And also remember that this is on an inch spacer, so we'll be able to take the wheel a bit further in and give ourselves more dish, and make sure the offset and the stance and the fitment is perfect. So let's get into it and follow along. So we are just picking up the dishes from Mark the polisher, Mark Wadley and Sons. He's still going from his home, so let's see how these turn out, and let's see what. Look at these boys! Oh my god, they do look brand new. Well, they are brand new, but yeah, they come up all right, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
Wicked. So that's the 6 dishes in there, all sorted. So we'll get them back and we'll put them on the wheels, and then I'll show you how to weld them together and also bolt them together. We've got a Right, it's been a bit of a minute since the last clip. As you can see, the workshop got a kind of bit chaos, and yeah, we had a lot to do, and I had to go and collect something else that I bought that I should have bought. But anyway, talk about that later. I've offered one of my wheels that I've already cut a lip off on, so let's go and get a new dish. These are another subject. So we're going to get one of the new lips. I think that's one there. That's 4.5 inch lip that's been polished up, and we'll see what that looks like. Hopefully it's not too sticky out. Oh, completely transforms the wheel a bit polished. Take out the light, but nice. Kind of close. It's a bit extreme, but we'll make it work somehow. I didn't expect it to be coming out that much, but I didn't really calculate how much the caliper sticks out from the dish. So I had to put like a 10mm slip-on spacer just so it clears the caliper, because the caliper is ridiculously close. You can probably see it from that angle. So yeah, so my next job with this is we're going to drill the holes to bolt the wheel together, and then once that's drilled, we will weld them two together, and that'll be one kind of done. The only other thing I've got to do is drill a hole for the valve. So let's show you how the process of that is done. Right, so completely drilled that now and bolted them up. So what I'm going to do while it's like this is going to work out exact offsets, and then we're going to go into welding it. Now when I come to welding it, I'm going to do it in 4 different places first. So one part, the other side, and the opposite side. So all 4 kind of quadrants, and then we will fill it all the way around. But obviously my welder is not really designed for complete welding like that. It gets too hot for the heat this is going to need. So we'll do a bit, probably leave it for 10 minutes, do a bit more, and then go from there. If I was going to do this consistently, I'd probably need a water-cooled welder. But let's get the offsets worked out and we can go from there. Well, before we go any further and start welding, let's work out the offset. So the way you do this is steel ruler across the top and a ruler down. Now I am reading that as 105, so 105. So flat space is 105. And then we need to go right from the front of the wheel, right to the ruler, so right onto the flat table surface. And I've got 265 all of them. 265 from front face. Front face is 265. So 265. So what we need to do is work out the difference between that. So 105 obviously minus, so that is 5 is 0, 6 is 6, 2 is 160. Okay, so 160 mil. So in theory this is minus 55, so it's minus 55 ET minus 55. So that is what the offset is of this wheel now, which is a lot. But bearing in mind I've got a shortened Mustang axle in this car, and I've taken my inch spacers off and put a 10mm spacer on, so 25mm to a 10mm now. So yeah, we've got to see if we can get this welded up and see if it will fit on. We'll stretch a tyre and then we can get the ride height right. welded up, and it welded really nice. So you can tell that the Pine Engineering dishes are very good quality just by the welding. It was really nice. Like again, disclaimer, my welder's not designed for that. So, and I also went over it, make sure there's no pinholes in any of the weld, because obviously you don't want it leaking. So next thing we've got to do is work out where we're going to have a valve pointing out from. Whether we go into here or into here, what will look better. This is an old lip off Chloe's SSRs, and I've measured that hole and it's 11.5mm hole. So we'll do the same hole in this dish. Now you can see on that wheel it's actually there, but what I will probably do is I'll check on my front wheels and see where it is and decide where we're going to go, and also if we line it up with a spoke or in between two holes, or probably just something so it looks nice, smart. Probably will be in line with a spoke in the middle of the two bolts. So a front one is actually in this section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably put it in the same place. It's easier to get to rather than in there if you have to get a tyre thing in there, especially if you're putting it on the B blaster. So like I say, I'm going to go in between two bolts in line with a spoke. I'm probably going to go about there. So we'll go through with the 8mm drill bit to start with. And then we'll go through with the 11.5 now. Lovely. Now to deburr it, I've got one of these tools. It just helps deburring it, and also countersink. Good for countersinking windows when you put in race car windows in. Traditional deburrer as well. Still really hot, this wheel. So there we go, we have one wheel finished up and ready to get a tyre on. So what I am going to do is probably throw a tyre on this wheel from one of the wheels that was on the back of the car currently, which is one of the 8.5 inch. So I'll throw one of them on, stretch it on, see if I'm deadly happy with it, and hopefully it fits. But we'll find out in a minute. So so yeah, let's get a valve in here, and we're ready to fit a tyre. That's how much stretcher is an 8.5. So. Wow. Yeah, that's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I was freaking out a bit, but I think pretty much nailed that. I think we're just gonna have to. The other thing I want to do is I'm going to get my mate to machine up some nylon bushes, so we can't bottom out the arch again and burn through the paint. But yeah, I'm super happy with how that looks. Doesn't look too ridiculous, so and it keeps it that Japanese kind of flair as well. So obviously we've got loads of room on the inside, but yeah, we're going to try and stop that happening basically. So we're going to make a bump stop in the shocker and hopefully delete that issue. So that's one down, just another 6 to do. Another 5 to do, 5 to do. God, my numbers today are not very good. So let's get that done. And moment of truth. See how we get on. The sides very same. Yeah, we got plenty of room, so that's good. Hopefully we can get it a bit lower and kind of go from there. It's kind of very similar width to the front now. The front was slightly wider than the rear before, so yeah, quite happy with that. So it's got a bit of width to it now. So I've got to make some bump stops. So that's 2 wheels out of the 6 that are done. And I will do a video on doing Chloe's wheels once they've been re-drilled to forward stud pattern. She's having my old dishes, which are 3-inch, so it'll be perfect for her. Well, I'll let you tell her what she's going to put them on. And she's going to get them all painted and everything first. So I've got to get them to Nick, and he's going to machine them all up so they're the right stud pattern. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you might have learned something from it. In the next one, we will do a video of me cutting the other dishes off and the process of how I do that. Sometimes I do it on the car, if I've got a car that runs, but most of the time I do it on the tire machine and with a grinder. But hope you like the content. Thanks very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.